All right, we're going to try something a little different tonight. Ronald Reagan's former budget director, David Stockman, has been on this show a few times, and sure enough, after each brilliant appearance, I'm always left saying, and often out loud, man, I wish we had more time with the guy. Well, tonight, we're going to give him more time. In fact, we're going to give him the rest of the show. But before we hear from him, I want you to listen to why. As budget directors go, few came smarter than one David Stockman. A self-confessed nerd with numbers, no one mastered the intricacies of Washington budgets better than the man Ronald Reagan picked to steer his revolution. The relatively obscure young Michigan congressman vaulted to fame as the Gipper's point man on slashing bureaucracy and taxes a lot. Among the youngest of the so-called supply-side disciples of names like Jack Kemp and Art Laffer. But it was Stockman's job to find the money and the way and provide the rationale for tax cuts that were so massive in their time that even many Republicans on Wall Street feared Reagan had gone too far. In time, and in no small admission, Stockman acknowledging they had, that the Reagan administration risked overdoing it, that the deficits were real, and the risks for the economy were real and getting worse. Ronald Reagan famously took his young budget director to the woodshed for those comments, but truth be told, not to bash Stockman, but hear him. Many credit that infamous heart-to-heart with a less reported change of heart on Reagan's part, eventually paving the way for higher taxes in what would become known as the 1986 Tax Recovery Act. Stockman would later say it proved how practical and pragmatic the often enigmatic Reagan was, willing to bend, willing to compromise. If Stockman was sending a modern-day message to what some called intransigent modern Tea Party members, he wasn't very subtle about it. Only this year, blasting Republicans for not budging on tax increases to help tame our massive debt. Once going so far as to say on this very program that such resistance was tantamount to willful ignorance of the facts of life. But Stockman's rant was and is bipartisan, just as strong a critic of Barack Obama's massive spending initiatives for digging pretty much the same hole, just with a different shovel. Some bristle at his blunt assertions, but few dismiss Stockman's uncanny sense of Washington math. It is a math that Stockman says no longer reconciles reality. All the money going out, not even remotely close to the money coming in. It is a collision course, and Stockman has staked his life and reputation on altering that course, no matter who it hurts.